Hello, hello, hello.
Hey man, what's up? What's going on today?
Hey, how are you? I'm good, man. Just another day.
Local Jager Henry. Congratulations on the new EP, Heart of Thorns,
Yeah,
that
thank
came
you so
out
much.
last week.
Yeah,
Uh,
about a couple weeks ago now, and it's been amazing, truly.
Local. Have you read any reviews?
I've read a few. I've
How
read a
they?
few. They're doing all right, nothing bad yet. So I don't know if that's a good thing though.
Yeah,
You want the bad ones.
yeah, but no matter what, if you read reviews just about on anything, like someone got to stick it to you somewhere sooner or later. So
Yeah.
like heck with that shit. Forget about that crap. So excellent, excellent. I listened to the whole thing a couple times now. Not a bad track at all on the whole thing. I enjoyed it all, you know. So
Thank you.
no problem. Um, First, let's go back to 2022, working with Corns Ray Lucier.
Yeah, the drummer, yeah.
Yeah, tell me how about that.
It was so random. Basically, I just had this track and the drums didn't feel right on it. And I just kind of like somehow, through family and stuff, got connected with him and had him on the track. And it seems funny now because it probably would have been better to have him on these tracks and would
Right.
have made a little bit more sense for his drumming capability. But no, it was a strange process, but it was cool that it happened.
Now, recently you just played Louder Than Life and Aftershock, both of them. Tell me how that went.
We just played Louder Than Life. It was amazing. We got rained out and we put together like a small show in the Fox Den, and it was a cool little small venue that allowed us to throw a show. And then we got ended up playing the Louder Than Life festival the next day instead. Got called to play on Saturday. Crowd was huge, very responsive, and it was just like a dream come true for being my first festival. And we have Aftershock in about 11 days, 11 or 12 days.
Seems like you put out quite a bit of videos. I've been watching them all morning and stuff like that. You really have changed from your early videos to now. Do you enjoy making them?
Yeah, I mean, it finally seemed like I saw who I was and kind of like really connected with myself. And in the beginning process, I was making music that I was still proud of, but it didn't feel like me. So this project is just kind of like 100% naturally me. And with the videos, I work with this great videographer, Lost Noise, and me and him just kind of sit down and spirit ideas around, and it really just brings the whole vision to life. And it's just so cool. We still have one more to go. It's done. It's just when we're gonna put it out.
Right. Yeah. 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 So how's the experience so far in music as a solo artist?
It's been kind of fun,
Yeah.
It's stressful and it's expensive,
Uh-huh.
but it's been beautiful. It's every day is a new chapter of this book that we're just constantly writing, and it just kind of seems so cool and surreal to be living in this moment. I've met some great friends out in this town that I moved to follow this dream in California, and it's just been such a beautiful, I guess you could say, time, for the time we have on this planet. Just seems like right now everything's going so cool for me.
Do you ever get tired of like seeing posts and stuff? Oh, all about my dad or my grandfather. I'm Jagger Henry. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm Jagger Henry.
I do. It gets a little tiring when you have to see that everybody wants to compare you to something.
Right.
But like I've said on other interviews, like that was a beautiful time in this world, and that was just such a memorable thing and a part of history. And it's like, I'm not here to recreate that. I'm here to create something else. So I
Yeah.
just keep on doing me, and hopefully one day,
Yeah.
Henry's up there,
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Jagger Henry story, not nobody else mine.
Yeah.
So like, hey, it's all on you. You know.
Yeah.
So let's go down the tracks and give me your perception of each song, okay?
Yeah.
Well, preface we could skip because that's an instrumental. But how'd you like doing that?
The preface was cool. It was actually a really funny thing. We were making it, and I called my girlfriend, and I was like, "Can you record me a voicemail?" And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "You need to say this." And she was like, "Okay." And I think I have like all of the takes.
right.
And there's just times where she was hysterical, like laughing after like every take, and it would just be we'd be right there, and then she would start giggling, and it just kind of made it like cool because it felt like it was like a real part of the message too, with the songs in the EP being kind of connected to like how I think my brain works towards love. So just to have her be part of it was like really cool for me.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, definitely cool. Heart of Thorns.
Yeah, that song was the producer Noah. He kind of sent me a riff that he was working on, and I was driving towards the studio, and it's just kind of about when I was just sitting in this car, and this melody just kept running through my head, like "Take me, break me." That halo's holding down your horns, and it just kind of was like it's this story that I felt like there's people in this world who like act like angels, but
Right.
the crown of the halo is just kind of holding down the horns of who they really are.
How about Deja Vu?
Deja Vu is a fun one. Another great song, probably one of my favorites, and it just kind of felt like it's that same, super cliche love story. Like felt like it was just like everything I was doing was just deja vu and just kept going into circles.
Cool, cool. How about Breaking Down?
Breaking Down has 30 different stories inside of it. I,
I
I won't I
mean,
won't I won't disclose all of them, but it's just kind of about reaching a breaking point in life and feeling like, you weren't enough or you weren't supposed to be there, and just kind of has a secret message in it, but and I'll always be the person who knows that. But
right.
no, that song is just kind of yeah about reaching your breaking point.
How about Lighthouse?
Oh, Lighthouse is a oh, that's another favorite. I mean, they're all favorites, which is so unfortunate and sounds so lame to say, but um Lighthouse was just kind of about like trying to find that well with the whole thing about my name and stuff, like that path,
Right.
you know. It's kind of like a lot of people see it as a love song, and it could be, reference that because I don't decide how the listener hears it. Everybody listens to music and finds their own connection to it.
Right.
But the main reason I wrote it was kind of like that lighthouse light spinning around and pointing me in the right direction to go.
Cool. Cool. How about Closer to Heaven?
Closer to Heaven was a fun one that I got to make with the producer Noah. He's featuring on that song, and that one we kind of just made like it was just pure fun. And
Right.
it was just such a like there wasn't even like a writing process. We just kind of like built it
Right.
and just recorded it, and it's just kind of about like being experimental with music and fun. Like if you listen to the breakdown, it's so different to the whole song, and it's like it was just an experiment really, and turned out to be like one of my favorites as well.
Cool. Cool. How about Bite Down?
Bite Down is I'm just gonna say every song is my favorite. I'll just get through that. Bite Down was a song about me feeling like I was never gonna find anything that I truly loved in life until I found music, and I kind of just wanted like a way to express that. So as I say in the lyrics, I don't want to die before I learn how to feel. And it was because a lot of people in my life unfortunately passed away. Like a lot of my really good friends have all, they're no longer with me, and it just kind of felt like I was next.
Right.
So I just kind of wrote that on like the whole experience of like I don't want to be next until I kind of feel something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I can
songs,
understand that.
but we put a happy twist on something with, we tried to have the song mean something, but the instrumental
Right.
kind of not make you want to cry over it.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I can understand that. Like almost all my friends are gone. I mean, I'm not young like you. I'm going to be 66. So like,
Yeah.
like even my best friends in school, all gone. No one left. You
Yeah, the
know.
world's a weird place.
Yeah. Yep. How about Mortal Sacrifice, which I thought was probably the heaviest tune on the disc.
Yeah, Mortal Sacrifice is kind of like connecting to Bite Down. It's like same message. Like I felt like I was like, because to be mortal is, living on this world. And I just kind of felt like I was put on this world as a sacrifice to watch everything else around me kind of crumble. And that song just kind of, it's just such the similarity to Bite Down, but in its own different instrumentation, and it's that heavier feeling of like, am I a mortal sacrifice? I
Right.
can't find a reason why. Like, why am I still alive? Like, how am I still alive? And just with some things, we've done in life and growing up and stuff like that, it just kind of felt like a way to put out another message towards Bite Down, but in a whole different story.
Cool, cool. Now this came out on red vinyl, right?
Yeah, we have the vinyls being delivered tomorrow, so I
Cool,
can
cool,
finally ship them out. So yeah, check the website, grab a vinyl, grab a CD. We've got new merch out now. It's just
cool.
it's surreal. Surreal
How,
project.
how many of the red vinyl did you make?
We've got about 1,500 being delivered tomorrow, and a lot of people have already pre-ordered, so
That'll be
we got
gone,
yeah, hopefully.
you know.
I mean,
And
not really. I kind of want some for myself, and I don't want to order them again. It's such a process.
yeah, yeah, yeah. How about like your dad and stuff like that? You say, look at this, I got an album. Back in the day, everything's download now in CDs. I got what you had, and like
Yeah,
it has to be
it's
cool.
kind of cool. It's
Yeah,
really cool because it was funny. Like, it's kind of cool that the whole vinyls and the cassettes are kind of making a comeback. Like, I
yeah.
love that bands now are dropping cassettes and dropping VHS footage of their
Oh, how many?
shows. I've
Oh,
seen it. I see this new band and they're dropping like where you can buy a VHS film of one of their live shows.
right, yeah.
And
Wow,
it's insane.
that's pretty cool, actually. You know,
Yeah.
you know, as long as you don't need a VHS player, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so like it's unbelievable. So, how come you didn't keep your last name Bonham and went with Henry? Is that your name?
Uh yeah, my middle name's Henry and I kind of just wanted people to find me for my music and not my name.
Right,
But in the same sense, my granddad's middle name was Henry. So it
right,
didn't feel like I was kind of
mhm,
taking it away as much as people thought I was.
right.
It's still there. It's just not his last name. It's my middle name and his middle name, and I just kind of got tired of the people being like, "Oh, you're only gonna make it because of your name." So I was like, I won't even use the
Yeah,
name,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know. And
yeah.
it's just always been something like I don't try to hide from it, but it's not me.
Right, yeah.
I'm not, playing the Moby Dick solo. Um, I'm trying to sing Mortal Sacrifice, and it's
Good.
just kind of how it is. Just
Wow.
one day was like, I need an artist name.
Yeah,
And my name Jager is cool, so I was like, I don't want to get rid of that, but I also don't want to be Jager Bonham. So yeah, just kind of went with Jager Henry.
yeah. Same with my son. I named him Tyler Payton. First for Steven Tyler and middle name Walter Payton, the football star. So his
Yeah,
name is, Tyler Payton. So I didn't want my name. I, want his own identity,
yeah.
just like, you know, did it help you at all getting your foot in the door by,
I kind of didn't let it.
good,
As much as it definitely, I guess you could say, play its role, like people would definitely only want to talk to you for that reason.
right,
I just tried not to let it happen that way. Like I just wanted it to be kind of through like connection
right,
of my own meetings and standpoints. And it's funny because I've met people, chatted with them, become close with them, and there are some artists, and there are, people who are up in the industry and then like a month later they're like, "Yo, I didn't know that." And I was like, well,
yeah,
"Cool, good." That doesn't mean anything right now. It doesn't, you
wow,
know.
definitely, definitely. Tell me a little bit about the label you're on.
Born Sad is my own label.
Uh-huh.
I'm signed by me, myself, and I. And Born Sad was just something I thought of a long time ago as a kid when I was kind of battling a few demons and just depressed. I was just like, was I just born sad? And then I tried to turn a happy flip onto it where you're born sad, but you got to live happy.
Right.
So that's how I kind of came up with that name, Born Sad. And it's just always been something I've said, and yeah, when they ask you for a label name, I said, I don't have one, so I guess we'll go with this. And it
Cool.
turned out to be the whole thing.
Wow. Wow. Do you plan on signing other artists or just keeping to yourself?
keeping to myself, I just have it for right now for while I do this. If in the future I do end up signing to a label,
Uh,
who knows? And then maybe futuristically, when I reach a certain peak of the career, could be kind of cool to maybe turn that into my own little thing.
that'd be cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Tell
see a
me,
lot of artists doing now.
yeah, yeah. In your younger years, did you collect anything?
I used to collect, I liked like dirt bike toys,
Right? Yeah.
um, guitars, just that was habit from my dad. Loved cars. Couldn't collect them though. They were a little expensive.
Yeah.
But I used to be like a huge reptile head
Uh-huh.
where I had like a blue tongue skink, leopard geckos, bearded dragon, soft shell turtles, alligator snapping turtles. Like I loved animals. I still do, but when I was younger, I think that was what I collected because as my mom said, my room smelled like a zoo.
Uh,
But I
uh,
had about like 20 reptiles at one time.
yeah. I can understand that. My daughter has three guinea pigs, and when you open the door, not
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, maybe as kids we're just nose blind to it.
Yeah. Did you get any like autographs when you were younger or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was into sports and I used to go to the tennis, the US Open and stuff with my mom, and I have one tennis ball signed by like every player. I have a top hat signed by Slash
Cool.
when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think I have Jimmy Page's somewhere. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. I have a picture signed by Michael Jackson.
Wow.
So it's like I still had the fun kid, lifestyle of like wanting autographs and this and that. But yeah, no, just kind of a cool growing up, I guess you could say, you know.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. How are you in school?
I was I mean, if my teachers watch this, they might say other. I was an okay student, I'll say
Huh?
that. I paid attention for as long as I could.
Yeah.
And there was times I was a mischief child, but I think we all are. I think that's kind of part of your path, you learn. We
Right.
live and we learn, as we say. And there was times I was a good student, and then there was probably times I wasn't the best. Um, but I think that's just kind of part of growing up. So yeah, hopefully none of my teachers watch this and call in and they're like, he was terrible. But no, I don't think I was a bad student. I think I was just the classic ADHD, would pay attention as long as I can and then kind of be off in my own world.
You remember the first concert you attended, not including family, you know?
First concert I think I ever attended was like AC/DC
Uh-huh.
or yeah, either AC/DC or Foo Fighters or something like that. Yeah, don't really remember, but I feel like I was at concerts all the time. So it kind of washes your memory of that.
So what's the latest concert you went to?
Latest concert I went to was probably where have I gone? Recently, I mean not recently, but I went and saw Foo Fighters play the Taylor Hawkins reunion.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the not the reunion, the memorial show they did for him.
right.
Um and then I think I saw Van Halen, which is, I was family involved at the Kia Forum, getting to see Pops play with Sammy Hagar. And yeah, and I go to concerts, but I kind of like am a homebody. I like to be home, either in the studio or at home.
Cool. Very cool, very cool. So what's your future look like in music right now, especially after you just dropped a new EP, 8 tracks?
Uh, yeah, we have Aftershock in 11 days. We have a tour with Letdown in November. I have a tour in December. And then it looks like next year, early next year, we're going to be dropping 2 singles and just kind of keeping the momentum going. Just
Cool.
trying to do as many shows as I can and stay active.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your merchandise so people could pick it up?
Yeah, I mean, we've got shirts that I design with a friend of mine. I try to put my twist on everything, not just my name on a shirt and a picture, kind of like art that I like and styles that I like. And same thing with the vinyl. I was like, I don't want it to just be a plain black vinyl. I wanted it to be like red clouds, and it's kind of cool. So like all my merch is like kind of like never ever gonna drop again. I kind of do my own thing to where like once we make it and it sells out, it's done. On to the next design. I never like reprint anything. So it's kind of all special.
What was your favorite time in music, and what genre do you really like the most?
I love rock, but I
Uh,
love some heavy metal bands that, like knocked loose. It's just ridiculous. They're so talented. It's crazy. But my favorite genre was probably like couldn't even say how many years ago it was now, maybe 10 or something, but Chris Daughtry.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. He just
Yeah.
dropped a new one too.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
because I
both
got it
we're
like,
both sitting on the Billboard charts together.
yeah, yeah, they're cool.
He's a little higher up than I am, but
Wow. Yeah, I
but
just
no, he's
got that. Yeah,
that he just wrote hit after hit. It was crazy. And it's his voice is such a statement piece.
right, definitely.
Like you can never forget that man's like vocal.
Right.
Like you
Well,
might forget the lyrics, but when that man sings, you're like, that's Daughtry.
yep, definitely, definitely, definitely. Well, Jagger, it was great talking to you. I appreciate the chat. Continued success. Everybody pick up that red vinyl. It's going to be gone, and then no more. That's it.
Yeah.
Get it now. Get it now. Where can they pick that up? Your web.
JagerHenry.com.
Cool, cool. I know I'll be ordering it. So, you know,
Thank you.
would you
Appreciate
like to?
it.
Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Thank you to everybody. Just truly, you guys have made this year something that I'll never forget and so special. It feels like I'm still sleeping and somebody's about to wake me up and truly disappoint me. Yeah. And I hope to see you all on the tour.
Thanks a lot, man. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye
Pleasure to
bye.
meet you.